I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun.
Hey.
What's going on, everybody? You are watching and listening to the after show for Sistas. Sister, you've been on my mind. I just have one sister in studio with me. I'm Howard III here. And sitting right across from me, she has got our Wednesday wisdom tonight. She has got the live chat up. And she is a sister.
Yes, I am.
LMarie, honey.
Hello, everybody. Thank you guys for joining us tonight.
Yes, Drew and Nakia couldn't be here tonight, so we're wishing them well wishes as they're, being Drew and Nakia. But we have so
I can
much.
just hear a remark from Drew.
I know. Of course you guys are already fans of our after show here, so Drew would come back with something quick, witty, smart. Usually. But since she's not here, it's just me. But let's get into tonight's episode. I mean, this was a lot. So here we are, season 1, episode 15, Too Much Glass. LMarie, your overall thoughts?
Overall thoughts. It, like you said, it was a lot. It was so much going on. I think in this series so far, it's like kind of we would focus on one friend at a time, kind of maybe two, but it was like, it was everybody tonight.
Okay.
Everybody. So, it was like from Sabrina still dealing with Calvin to
child.
Dani, finally getting her some, but then Zac coming to ruin that. It was just, it's a lot.
Okay.
So
It's just too much. I'm just still a little shocked by the preacher getting into the fight. But I mean, sometimes the preacher got to throw down for the Lord.
Listen.
Gotta throw down. Like you just.
In the name. Okay.
All right. And just poor Karen, really. Well, I don't know, poor Karen. Karen, I don't know about Karen just yet. I don't know if she was in the right, if she was in the wrong. It was just a lot, you know what I mean? And then this whole thing with the lawyer bae from the bar with Andi and Sabrina and Lawyer Bae coming with the driver. Yeah. But now, towards the end of the episode, we saw a whole other different side of Lawyer Bae.
I want next week's episode now.
Okay.
But we'll get there.
We'll wait, but we got our predictions, so you guys got to wait for that. And we have some news and gossip tonight, so you got to wait for that, too. And our Wednesday wisdom, like I said, LMarie will be bringing it to us.
Always good too, yeah.
Always good. But let's kick it off here with Zac in this whole Karen situation. So we come back from last week's episode. Of course, it's still heated. Zac walks in, sees Karen lip-locking with Aaron. Aaron just lost his wife, so of course he's still in that whole state of mind. Karen just witnessed the murder right in her shop. One thing leads to another. Zac is heated. Then the preacher gets heated, Aaron, and they just start fighting right then and there in the living room.
Yeah. I'm glad it happened because it was like, okay. Sorry, excuse me, covering the mic. Okay, like, are we going to do something? Because you guys just keep arguing back and forth. It's like, I don't know men that argue that much and that to be that close and they don't pop off. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I was like, let's make this realistic. And for Aaron to be the one to kind of kick it off, I was like, oh. Okay.
He said, I'm about that life.
It's about it.
Before I was saved, honey. Okay.
All right.
You don't know me.
Listen, but yeah, so I was surprised by that, but he's in a place, you know what I mean? Like, he's dealing with the fact that his wife just died. Not only did she die, but she took her own life, and they have children, you know what I mean? That he has to, step up and take care of. Not that he wasn't before, but it's different now because they're grieving their mother. You know what I mean? So that's a lot to be on somebody, and then here you come, and I know like he kind of took up for Zac before for the way that Karen was talking to him, but at the same time he kind of knows some of the things that Zac has done to Karen. So it's like, you're not gonna come here with all this.
Okay.
We're not about to do it. Not today.
Exactly. I was just in shock. I just couldn't believe in that whole back and forth. Karen was like, well, hold up. This is my house. Zac, just calm down. Aaron, you need to leave. I was like, okay, is somebody going to leave? Is somebody going to listen to Karen? Like, what is going on? So when they did fight, I was like, okay, it's about time, let's get to fighting. But then at the end, and how Aaron was just asking Karen, well, do you want me to leave? Like, what? And then Karen says, no, don't leave, but I want you to go. I was like, so is she in love with him?
Yeah.
Did you think she was in love?
I don't know about in love, but we also know that Zac had just told her about the pregnancy.
True.
So now it puts her in a place of probably like, maybe I do need, this is a very complicated situation, but maybe I do need to start looking at other things and other options. You know what I mean? And Aaron did make her feel a way, you know what I mean? That was kind of good. She didn't want it right at that time, but she would feel good about him. So it was like, I don't want you to leave, so I'm not putting you out, but in this situation, it's best if you go, but I don't want you to leave. Right. So like by her saying no was to let him know, like, I'm not done with you.
Yeah.
You just got to leave right now.
Okay.
And in front of Zac, that was hurtful.
Just hurtful. And then just for her to just move this conversation, well, you got that girl pregnant. I was like, well, is this the right time? But I guess there's not really a right time or wrong time.
Yeah. I feel like she was saying it as if you don't have any ground to stand on. Like, how can you call me out about anything happening right now? You know what I mean? And then, like, I know it was like, I wrote it down because I was triggered. He was like, we're not even together. Yeah, but we weren't together because of you.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It'd be different if, like, sometimes you just don't get along and you might need to take a break. You were cheating. Mm-hmm.
You was out there doing your thing.
And then we broke up and you didn't even take time for yourself. You still out there with somebody else. Yeah. And letting off. Like, I just,
The nerve of you, Zac. But I'm just like, listen, Zac, just take your stuff, just go. I like how Karen was like, listen, you gonna need this. One line, she said, if you gone, why can I still hear you? And I said, that's a lie, honey. That's a lie, because Zac kept saying, I'm leaving. I'm up out of here. Well, if you gone, why can I still hear you? Well, gosh, okay.
Now he gathered his 3 little checks.
Okay.
What?
I was shocked the checks were still there. I said, well, she didn't spend that money? She didn't take a little?
She knew better.
I at least would have took one check.
That boy was going to need that money.
I mean, I don't know how to say it. I don't know how to say it.
First of all, I didn't know where that came from. I was like, my heart.
I said, wait a minute, who talking to us? Maria? Maria, you in studio?
If you're gone, why can I still hear you?
ESPN and TV.
All right, we got it.
We back together. But this is just a lot for Karen and Zac to go through. They need this time away. Karen had to go to her girl's house, had to go to Andi's house, was like, listen, I need my whole time away. And then Zac had to go to Dani's house, which was a whole other situation. I mean, can we talk about the Zac walking in on Dani? Here she is trying to get some from the cowboy Preston. They're enjoying themselves mid-stroke. Here comes Zac. Dani, I need to talk to you. First and foremost, put my key at the door. That's the first thing. This was emergency only.
Why did he still have the key?
Emergency, I understand, but you coming in here like you don't know what's going on. I'm trying to get some in.
Man.
Like, come on.
It's been a while for Dani. And then when she's finally getting it in, he comes and just busts through the door like
he lived there.
Like you live there.
No.
Even if, okay, you don't live there anymore, even if you do have a key, maybe you should have kind of went in there a little differently. Like, Dani, you home? You here? Just in case, Take it for granted that Dani don't be having nothing going on. That's not fair to her. Okay.
Poor Dani. Like, look at her. She trying to get some.
Preston was trying to get all up in there, okay? Just holding that little head, boy, like,
Preston said, I'm at the rodeo, honey.
Whoa.
Whoa there, cowboy. Whoa. But I guess, when he came in there, messed up everything. Dani said, no, we can still keep going with Zac and the other. Guess in the same room. And I know. I was like, it's a studio, so in the same room, just on the other side of the.
She said, close my door. He said, yeah.
Let me just shuffle this little, thing to the side.
Move
just
this
shuffle.
over.
But Preston said, "Nah, we can't. I can't do this. Let me get my clothes on, and I'm gonna get up and go. But I'm gonna see you again." So I like that. So at least we know with Preston, he is gonna be coming back.
Yes, and he is interested, and he has a 3-pony trick.
Oh, let us see that.
We all want to see that.
I would like to see it.
Preston, Tuscaloosa. What do you have up your sleeve, sir?
I would like to see it.
So yes, I do. I like that. He is really interested in Dani. He wants to see her again, spend more time. He's like, this time I'll cook, so he'll actually cook. Like, that'll be hot. I'm happy for her in this little situation with Preston.
Same.
Yeah.
I'm very happy. Somebody who's not happy is still Zac, while we're still on the Zac episode, Zac part, because he is trying to figure out the timeline with this baby. He's like, well, how is she pregnant 4 weeks along, but the picture that we took was less than 4 weeks? And I'm just like, okay, so I feel like we all knew she was not really telling the truth. But then when she said at the airport, when she was like, did you tell her I was pregnant? Is she mad?
Yeah.
I said, well, there we go.
Yeah.
She's just crazy.
And like Dani said, he was silly for telling Karen so soon. Like, yes, you were going to have to tell her, but I guess like I didn't realize it was like the girl was only 4 weeks pregnant.
I didn't realize that either.
You got to... You just got to wait it out. You know what I mean? A little bit. Not too, of course, you don't want to wait too long.
Right.
But you just need to make sure, for one, that she is absolutely pregnant. Get confirmation. Then you go tell Karen.
Then yep.
Because if you know that this is a problem, a woman you've been having a problem with, and she kind of wants you, and she will do things to sabotage your relationship, if you know that, then be smart about how you handle that situation.
Exactly. Zac
is so frustrating.
And then Zac up here, well, you know, I got a pregnancy test right here. I'm like, oh, now you're going to make the girl go potty and talk about, let's go, it's time to go potty.
Time to go potty. We got to go pee-pee.
I said, okay, Zac. All right, poor Elena. Well, not really poor Elena, because she might be crazy.
She might be crazy, because that was the first thing out of her mouth. Like you said, like, you told her I was pregnant?
Like, you might be a little crazy girl.
Yeah.
Just a tad bit, but that's okay. We're gonna see how it goes. Definitely got to see how that goes. But we also need to see how it goes with Sabrina here, because did she kill everything with Calvin or did she not? Because this whole thing, she gets to her job. Of course, she's mad at Maurice, and she has every right to be, to tell you the truth. Because not only did he come over your house and drink up all your liquor, but he just spilled all the beans. So, but it's also, you kind of have to be mad at yourself, because you did kind of set up this whole situation. So you blame yourself, you blame Maurice, but what are we doing with Calvin? Are we calling Calvin? I know you're heartbroken, but what exactly are we doing? Because Sabrina's having this whole breakdown at her job, in her office, and Maurice is like, just call a girl. You know, just do what you need to do. I don't know. So should we trust Maurice's advice? I'm like, okay, maybe you should call her. Maurice getting kicked to the curb.
I would say, I think Maurice is coming from a place because he knows that Calvin really likes her. But I would say, give it some time. For both of you. Give Calvin some time to calm down, and Sabrina some time for herself to really like make that pros and cons list. Like really, really be honest with yourself to see if you can deal with who he is. Because it's not going to stop just because you're both aware of it and okay, fine, he's not gay, but there's still some feminine things that he does that bothers you. It's not only about him if he's gay. It's also his, actions, his mannerisms and everything. So she has to really take a moment and be like, can I deal with this though?
Right.
You know what I mean? Long term, if we're really liking each other, really trying to move forward, these are women that are, in their 30s. So this isn't, let's just play,
Let's just hang out.
Just hang out. So you have to really like see if this is something that you can deal with.
Yeah. And it's just like, I don't know if Sabrina can actually deal with it.
I don't think she can.
Because she's up, if you're going so far as back and forth, oh, well, maybe I can deal with this, maybe I can do that. Well, I don't like the panties, and I don't like this, and I don't like that, but I like you. It's just like, girl, you're not ready.
Yeah.
And even Maurice said, if you call this man, no, you're taking on these responsibilities. You can't just call him and just expect everything is out of the blue. Like, come on, girl. And then you over here, you're sad. So clearly you like him, and it's going to be a struggle for you to just throw everything you thought about that you wanted in a man. You got to throw that out the window. But you like him. So just go for it. I mean, come on. And even I love the part where the dad came into the bank. Okay, It was touching. LMarie was over here about to start bawling.
I was.
I said, girl, get it together. Okay. Over here crying over Lyle. Lyle is Calvin's dad. White dad. I mean.
He was so sweet.
Okay. But we finally got introduced to a little bit of Calvin's background. So the dad, Lyle, was just telling us a little bit how Calvin came into their life, how he came from a mother who had cancer, but she was a nurse. Lyle's partner also was working with Kyle. Lyle's partner was working with Calvin's mother at the time. And so now they just told us the whole background story and how he came to the house. Kyle, child, you know me and these names, honey. But how Calvin was coming home crying over Sabrina and how he thought she was different and wouldn't judge him. And that's got to be tough.
Yeah.
Being judged your whole life like that, it's got to be tough. You already have two dads. The dads can't go to your events. And then on top of that, you're in the South, and then you have two white dads, and it's just completely different, raising, the black child. And I really felt it. I was happy Tyler included that.
Same. And, the line that got me, he was like, and he said it with so much conviction. He was like, I'm sorry I didn't raise a man that fits this world.
Ooh.
And I was like, shit. Because that is so loaded because it's, right? It's like, from what we've always talked about, the things that we consider our norm, you know what I mean? As far as what men are supposed to be. Right. And he doesn't fit into that, but it's okay. But it has made his life harder. And as a parent, I feel like his dad felt like they kind of low-key made a mistake, even though they didn't. Right. But he's feeling kind of bad or guilty. Like, I'm sorry that I didn't, raise this tough, masculine, rah guy. But he's a genuine person. He's a good person. And like he was saying, he's not gay. Like he's just, he's different. Yeah. He's just different. Like we have a safe environment. Yes. He can talk to us about anything. The fact that the man went home crying. See, look, I'm doing it right now. Judging that man for going home crying. But the fact that he was able to do that and that comfort, it's like, he's not. So, but like I said, back to Sabrina being like, but he does have some qualities because he's different. Yeah. So you got to see if you can deal with those.
That's what I'm saying. But
he really got it too. Like, if you want a man that's going to love you and respect you and take care of you, girl, you better open your eyes.
Okay. And it's like, at least if y'all were to get into arguments, at least he's expressing himself. He knows how to tap into that energy, that emotion. Like he knows how to say, Sabrina, you make me feel like this. Yes. Sabrina, when you do this, it makes me feel like this. And it's just like, what else do you want, Sabrina? Like, you have a good time with him, but you're just finding things to not like this man, which is like, okay, well, kick him to the side. Yeah. Like, set him free.
Set him free.
Okay. Daddy had to come over here and talk some sense to you. I wish, what, that's kind of cute, though, because if I was dating somebody and their parent came to me, or, I'd be like, I don't know if I like him, and then the parent came over like, you should love my son, bro. I'd be like,
I love him.
Let's get married. And I'm also interested to hear what you guys say in the live chat as well. I know there was a few of you earlier.
6 watching guys, come on.
Okay, give us your thoughts with Calvin and Sabrina.
Yeah.
Because this is a good story. It's a good story, but I don't want it to be so drawn out.
Yes.
I do feel like it took us a while to get to this part. I understand there's a little fillers in there, because it's TV. And I love you, Tyler, but, maybe we could have got to this part a little bit sooner, but I'm interested to see what's going to happen with the rest of the season. So at least give me that. And then still with Sabrina, we also saw Sabrina and Andi leaving the club, with Lawyer Bay. And him saying, oh, ladies, do you need a ride? And they said, no, we're in on a ride share. We got a ride share app. And here comes Lawyer Bay. Well, I have a driver. Well, I mean, I could save a few dollars. I mean, I could just cancel them real quick.
Oh, Andi is a good one. I was like, she had all that game. I said, how'd she get caught up with Gary? Kind of say it how you say it with Gary. Because I was like, oh, that was game. He was like, you need a ride? No, we're fine. He's like, well, you going to call me? Maybe. Or whatever she said. I was like, girl, I wish I had that. You need a ride? Yep. You call me? Yep, I'm calling right now. I'm standing right here. I don't care. Answer. I'm right here.
And then how did that...
The first.
I'm done. Answer, I'm sitting right here. I just walked over to the bathroom. I'm calling you.
Calling you.
Hey, what's up? But then he walked over, opened the door to the car. I said, Andi.
A
man. A gentle man. So, girl, you need to get it all together. But we saw towards the end of the episode, maybe it was good she didn't take that ride, honey, because she would have been riding right to the unemployment office. We see Lawyer Bay in the conference room with Gary and his wife. And the partners.
They sitting side by side.
Everybody. 1, 2, 3. Child. I mean, we got predictions later on, and I can't wait to see what you think of LMarie, because I'm just like, it's so many thoughts going through my mind, how this can play out. Was he playing her the whole time? Did he know? Was he just there to spy on her? Like,
it's cheaper to keep her. You know what I mean? Like, maybe he is going, like, maybe now that this all has blown up, maybe it's best I fight with my wife. You know, okay, that's in predictions. But
Lawyer Bay looks like he's a snake. Snake is snake.
And I was excited about him.
Excited. He even told her, like, there's still a place for you at my office. Last week he was spitting his game. Like, I can't believe they let the best one get away. I'm like, was this all a facade? Liar! Liar!
He must be a Libra.
That's what it seemed like. But overall, I'm happy with this episode. I love the cute moments with Andi and Karen in the little bedroom, like girl chat.
Yes, the little girlfriend moment.
That was cute. I was like, you know what? I'm still. Before we wrap up, I just want to say I hope that Karen and Dani don't have a weird relationship again. At least Dani called Karen this time. I was like, Zac is over here. Come get him. And
more than anything, Zac just went into, you know what I mean? Just broke out of his way into the house. He still had the key, but it wasn't like she didn't have a choice in that moment. Like, so yes, I hope they're okay after this.
I hope so too. Any last minute things on this episode? Anything that I might have missed or stood out to you?
No.
Before we get into our special segment.
Oh, a special segment. I think that's it.
All right.
Yeah, I'm just waiting on this prediction.
Okay, because the prediction's going to be juicy. But speaking of juicy, our Wednesday Wisdom, our special segment where we read some tweets from the wonderful ladies at Six Brown Chicks. Shout out to you all. They did repost our video on their Facebook page, which is so great. Yeah, so
that's cool.
Shout out to you ladies.
Shout out to you guys.
But LMarie, take it away with Wednesday Wisdom.
All right, this is the first one. It's a little lengthy. But here we go. My best friend was new to Houston, moved here to work with me. We were tight for like 6 years. 2 years ago, she had a girl and named me Godmother.
Okay.
She doesn't have a relationship with her kin. In November, my friend died of a heart attack, and I decided to adopt. My husband was against it from day one. It took prayer, long talks, especially since the child had no family to step up. My mother-in-law visited us and said, "You're a saint for taking in his love child." She said I had asthma. I couldn't breathe. I could not breathe. For the first time, I looked at this little sweet girl's face and saw my husband's face.
Child!
I confronted him. He confessed.
Oh.
He'd been sleeping with my best friend for 4 years.
She was?
He loved her.
Oh.
Planned to leave me.
No!
And was too distraught to look at his daughter.
Oh.
Help.
She was a friend of mine. She left with my man. Oh my gosh. Girl, I know you love your man, but he got to go.
He got to go.
He got to go.
He got to go. And this is crazy because you taking in this child.
Yes. Your best friend's child,
your
the
best
kindness
friend's
of
child.
your heart.
Yes, your godmother. This is when it's crazy when like that godmother thing has turned real. Because that is the point of a godparent. Like you step up and you take over.
If something were to
happen. And this is a real life situation where that happens and you do it. You did the right thing.
Right.
And these two mofos, I'm sorry, may she rest, but So you gonna ask me to be? I'm sorry. It just dawned on me. You knew.
You knew.
When you asked me to be your God.
Before you passed, rest her soul. But you knew you was sleeping around with my man. Then you asked me to be the godchild or the godmother of a child you're having with my husband. You're my best friend.
Bless that woman's heart.
I don't know if she was thinking maybe like, oh, it's kind of like your child because I'm sleeping with your husband.
Maybe.
No.
She's your stepdaughter anyway.
Unfortunately, you gotta let him go, sis.
Let him go.
You gotta let him.
Love the baby.
Still love the baby.
As you can. She's innocent in this.
Right.
Love that baby. She has lost her mom and partially a dad because the dad is hard for him to cope with it. He's not stepping up. But yeah. Ooh, child.
Ooh, child.
Child. Ooh-wee.
Let us know y'all thoughts too in the live chat too.
Okay. Well, I fell hard for a bisexual girl.
Oh, okay.
She makes it a habit to tell me if I mess up, she'll be quick to replace me with her female roommate.
Oh.
She's even shared videos of her roommate doing triple X-rated things to her.
Oh, porn star.
I want her to choose me and leave the roomie alone. Advice?
Well, she ain't gonna leave the room alone. She ain't leaving the room. She already let you know, player. Like you messed up.
She
already told you messed up. I'm taking a roomie. Well, she taking a roomie, so you might as well count this as a loss. And that's a roommate.
Like it's like if it was just a friend that she would see every now and then, they live together, dude.
And they already the door's already there for them to mess around. So pretty much they're a couple.
Yeah. So it's either you want to share or you don't. That's where you are with it.
You want to be a throuple or not?
I like that. All right. One more?
Yes, I'm here for it.
We met on a dating site and planned to hook up, but then he canceled because he found someone else.
Okay.
I stalked him for a year.
Oh, not a year.
Finally, all in caps, finally got him. I got pregnant, but then I lost our child.
Oh.
He said, God's never let me down before. # so blessed.
Ooh.
That's what the guy said. She said, I love him, want his baby, help.
No, you're not getting that baby.
You're not getting him?
You're not getting it. You stalked him for a year. I mean, you waited. That's premeditated. Like, you waited for him. He already told you in the beginning you didn't want him, okay? Now, I understand maybe a month or two later, like, okay, he might change his mind. But a year, then you don't, who knows how you got him.
Yeah.
If you...
But like, even when she starts it, it's like we met on a dating site and had planned to hook up. So even though you finally got him, you just finally slept with him. He still didn't want you, love. Like, there's a deeper issue here.
Yeah, you may need to speak to somebody, girl.
Yeah.
Might need to go talk to somebody.
Need some couch time. That's what that is. It's okay.
Not couch time.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
That first one got me though.
That first one. I'm just like, Kelly Price?
That first one. Woo. God bless that woman taking care of that child though.
True friend indeed.
You asked me to be the godmother of the child you had with my husband.
You see, I was there when chips was going down. But she betrayed me. Caught her with her coming in from out of town. Tell me why. Child, y'all need to listen to Friend of Mine by Kelly Price. You understand. You understand.
Ooh-wee. All right. Well, that's it for those.
Okay. Well, quickly with our news and gossip here.
AfterBuzz TV News.
So Tyler Perry, the creator of Sistas, creator of the Oval Round, filmmaker, he wanted to give us a tweet, and he said on his Twitter, I had to say this about Fall from Grace, which is his new movie on Netflix. He said, thank you to the 26 million of you who chose to watch in the first week. He wanted to thank you. There was a video on there just, really appreciating everybody just making this movie great. I mean, have you seen it on Netflix?
I've seen it. You think this tweet is also like a dig? Like, y'all want to talk about me, but there's 26 million of y'all. So thank you.
Because, it did go viral with the hair flip, the hair changes and the scenes.
Some other things. People just kind of were like trying to drag it a little bit. But he was like, thank you. I'm going to drag this bag to the bank.
Shout out to you, Tyler. His audience is strong. I like his stuff. So, well, most of his stuff. So, Go ahead. In another tweet, he tweeted out that he forgot to tell us. He said, forgot to tell you that Gregory Owens made his Halves debut last week. Thank you to the millions who watched it. I'm so proud of him. What a great job. Or is Yeah, it's Gregory. I was going to say Jeffrey.
Jeffrey.
No, Jeffrey. Okay. I was like, Gregory, Jeffrey?
Jeffrey.
Y'all know I don't do no names. But Jeffrey Owens, who went viral because he was working at a Trader Joe's, I believe. He was also in Bill Cosby. Yes, The Cosby Show. So he's back to acting, doing his thing. I know he's also teaching. So
that's good for him. He was in a few episodes of Power.
Oh, he was.
Yeah,
okay.
Not related to Tyler Perry, but just to say, like, he's back on his acting grind, so that's good for him.
I'm happy for him. I'm happy. Well, that's our news and gossip. Let's quickly get into our predictions.
Your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Oh, LMarie, you want to kick it off? You want me to?
Well, listen, Lawyer Bay.
Okay.
Had all kinds of tricks up his sleeve. So I think that he just happened to run into Andi at the party, but I think as soon as he saw her, like, boom, turned on because he knew what firm she worked at.
Exactly.
And if he's already taken that case, he knew who he was up against. So I feel like he was trying to get her, take her home, and try to do some pillow talking and kind of see, get the upper hand on his case.
Ooh.
I was rooting for him. I thought she's about to have another man, a good man.
A good man, other than Gary.
But yes, I think he maybe possibly was trying to plot against her, like, just trying to get some info to see where her head was with this whole case and everything with the relationship and everything. So I don't know. I want to be wrong, but the way it's looking.
Oh, no. I definitely think they're all there. Gary, the wife, Lawyer Bay, they're definitely there to sue Andi and the firm, like she said, because the wife already said she was going to have her disbarge her, kicked her out of the firm. So they're there to take on the firm. So that's going to be tough. Andi, your job is done.
Yeah.
I definitely think she's probably getting fired. Yeah, poor girl. And then with this whole Zac situation, I don't think Elena is pregnant at all. She's going to take the test. And like Dani said, like how long she been in there, said 30 minutes. Either she's faking the test or she knows she's not really truly pregnant. So I don't think it's Zac's baby if she is pregnant because it just doesn't add up the timeline. And hopefully Zac and Karen can talk. I do see them at least talking for a little bit, trying to figure out their problems. But
I feel like this is gonna be a thing for a little while. This little triangle between Zac, Karen, and Aaron, because I think like she's starting to feel some type of way, even if it's just the guilt of the woman killing herself at her shop. Like she's leaning into Aaron a little bit more than she has before. So that's gonna add a complication with her and Zac.
Well, I don't know. Oh, I also think that that Sabrina will call Calvin.
Oh, okay.
Finally, and if she doesn't, I promise you, please let this storyline go.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go.
If she does not call him and they do not figure it out and she's not all the way in, let it go. Let it be. Okay?
I'm over it.
I'm done. If it's for me, let it be. If it's not, set it free. So,
Word.
Got to go. But let us know in the predictions. Oh, sorry. Let us know in the
comments.
Let us know in the comments on our YouTube page here what you guys think. What's going to happen with Sabrina and Calvin? Of course, give us your updates with Andi and the sperm. I am Howard III. You can follow me on all social media outlets at Howard III. LMarie, where can we find you?
Yes, you guys can find me on Instagram and on Twitter at LMarie TV.
Yes, and we will see you all next Wednesday for another great show.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.